All right, so right now it's 3:49. I've been up since about 2 o'clock. So anyway, how you doing? My name is Franklin Cruz. I'm a real estate developer, and I have transitioned from real estate investor, or I'm still transitioning from real estate investor to real estate developer. And so this channel is dedicated to showing you guys kind of the life of a real estate developer, somebody who transitioned from real estate investor to real estate developer, and what does that look like? And what is my morning schedule? And I don't know, I'm just going to commit this entire year, every single day is my goal to just kind of show you and document what I'm actually doing in real time. So it's not super time consuming on my side, and hopefully it's super beneficial for you guys. So we have one of our apprentices, Nate, right over here. He's up as well. And so we're just knocking out work. So I'm going to kind of show you what are the 5 things that I have seen that have pushed me over the edge on some other developers, and what works for me from that transition from, military to investor for 20 years to then, your goal is always the transition up. And so what does that actually look like? There's a lot of different things that you can do to stand out. So for me, for example, and I'm going to show you guys some of the projects I'm working on. So for example, this is a project that I'm working on right now. I've got this little light, so hopefully you guys can actually see this. But this property right here, this is actually a set that we're working on right now. And I'm using pretty basic software that my team uses. And so make this a little bit big. So for example, like this project right here, to stand out, you got to have what they call a deck, right? So this is like a marketing deck to stand out of saying, okay, well, I've got this particular property. I've got 3 lots. Because when you're starting off from a real estate investor, you're going to start off as really not knowing anything in this commercial world, right? So I'm just going to kind of show you, I've got this property in Lakeland that we're working on, right? So when I bought the property, it had it's got 1 house right here, and then we turn it into 3 lots that we're working on right now. And we do our best to work on like 3 different, something different and something not boring. So my biggest thing is bringing modern homes back that don't look like your grandmother's house. So that's pretty much what we're doing right now. Is we're going to be building these type of properties on these 3 lots. And these properties are going to go for under $350,000. And it's brand new construction, 1,280 square feet, 3 bedroom, 3.5 bath, 1 car garage. I mean, it is extremely nice inside, right? So you're going to have to stand out whenever you're doing something as a developer. You want to do something different because everybody else kind of does the same cookie cutter houses. What's going to stand out from you? You've got to make that decision. And for me, I chose modern homes. I chose something completely different from everybody else is doing. But if you're an investor transitioning to developer, one, you got to learn the business. If you don't know the business, it's a very expensive business, period. So for me, what I learned was I've got to put in way more time than everybody else because they've got years ahead of me and probably way more, like a whole entire team dedicated to, their 1 parcel of land, or what does that look like for them. So for me, what I discovered was I've just got to put in more hours. Elon Musk says it best. He says, if you're the one that's actually putting in more hours than everybody else, then you're actually going to have a way better payoff quicker, and not financial payoff, but just in a sense of time-wise. So if everybody else is putting in 40 hours a week and you're putting in 100 hours a week, well, you're putting in about 2.5 years to 3 years in comparison to them. So this is a great book called Power Play that Elon Musk, he didn't write, but it's telling the story behind Tesla, and it's a pretty fascinating character if you're into that. So number 1, you've got to do something that nobody else would do. So like wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't use an alarm for anything. To me, I believe in letting your passion actually be the one that drives you. So that's kind of my biggest thing, is like, let your passion push you. So that's one. The other thing as well is you've got to also not only, do something that other people aren't going to do, but you got to be a reader. Like, these are some of the developments that I'm working on right now. And what I do is I'll read, for example, case law related to it. So this is like my law book for land that I've been reading, and I tab everything out as much as I possibly can so I can actually understand what's going on. So giving you kind of an insider inside my home of exactly, what I do and how I do it. Another Elon Musk book is you have to be an avid reader. If you're not going to be an avid reader, you're going to have a really hard time in this business. The other thing as well, when you're dealing with transitioning from being an investor to a developer, you got to ask a lot of questions because you just don't know everything. So you've got to be able to sit back, ask a ton of questions, and really just understand the business and be egoless in this game, because it's going to take some time. You're learning skill sets that people before us built cities on. Like, you're learning skill sets to actually how to build a city, and it takes time. It takes a long time to really understand this, and really you're never going to understand it all, but if you can do one thing at a time. For me was, I actually, I was very blessed to do one parcel of land, and from that parcel turned into 25 houses to 41 houses. I was able to sell it to KB Homes, and it was a huge blessing. You could look it up if you like. 7187 Cruz Court is actually the first address ever built there. But it was really, really interesting. And they were the ones honored. They honored my family with the street name, which is really cool. Another thing too, I got notes here, is learn a new skill set. Be open to learn new skill sets. Understand, like, construction. Work with your guys. You have to be that guy that really understands every single aspect, especially in this market, because this market is really a very different market from what I remember of even 2008. You just have to be somebody that's willing to learn, be egoless, have God on your side, but you actually have to understand when God's talking to you and when he's not. And you'll see in development, it's really interesting. Like right now, I was working on this morning. I could even show you guys. Let me see here. If you guys want to see this, it's cool. We potentially could probably even do a RV park. And so I'm kind of doing some research on RV parks and what does that look like. For some reason, it's not pulling up right here. Let me see if it pulls up here. So if it pulls up, I'll show you guys. And it's not. Anyway, so I'm working on kind of a cool RV park. We'll see if that actually works. But it's something at least to do some research on. Another one. Don't have any expectations. Just do the work and do great work with as much love as you possibly can. Period. It's before 4 a.m. It's still 3:58. And I don't have any expectations like, oh my God, everything's going to work out perfectly. It's like, nah, it's not like that. It's more in a sense of those without any preference are always happy. And just be happy. Just enjoy that you're in the game and that you're having fun and you're doing the best that you possibly can. And that's all you can do. Just do your best, do great work every single day, show as much love as you possibly can in this game, and just be blessed that you're even doing it. That you don't have a 9-to-5 job, of working at McDonald's or something. And nothing wrong with those people working at McDonald's. Like, everybody's got to start somewhere. I worked at Publix, I worked at Winn-Dixie, I worked at a whole bunch of different places before I was in the military and then the Army for a long time. And it is what it is. I'm just enjoying the game. I'm very happy that I'm doing it. And I love working with the people I work with because we're doing stuff that's meaningful, impactful, and can help a lot of people. So anyway, hopefully this helps you guys out. I got to get back to knocking out a couple more other projects and then got to head out to Home Depot, because Home Depot, whenever you order a backhoe for one of our projects right now, the individual on the card has to be the one that shows up. So because my name is on the card, I have to show up and make sure it happens. But it's part of the growing process. Anyway, hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. If you are, like and subscribe. If not, it's all good. Just let me know what you guys would want for me to talk on the next topic, and hopefully I can keep on bringing some kind of insight. Again, I'm committed to doing this channel this year. I don't know what's going to pass. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow in a sense, but I'm going to do my best to do something every single day and just document the journey, and not really think about creating something, but just document what I'm up to. All right, bye.